Welcome to The Glitch. My name's Isaac, and as the host of the show, I thought on this pilot episode it would probably be a good idea to explain the show to you. The Glitch is a technology news program discussing new advances, developments, and setbacks in technology. The show is rather short, but I hope you enjoy. Now, let's get on with the program. This week on The Glitch, next-gen games, are they worth the wait? Apple's new iPhone 5S and 5C come out. And Twitter IPO, Twitter goes public. All this and more on The Glitch. Welcome back to The Glitch. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag may just be the most realistic open-world game ever developed. Coming out on the next-gen consoles of the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, the game now has many little features exclusive to the next-gen consoles that will change the way you play. Particles. Rolling seas made with complex physics equations to simulate the real ocean. Shaders used to make the ocean change and reflect light and dark. Rain, made of not a repeating particle layer, but of thousands of individually lit particles, is a massive advancement also. Ripples of raindrops landing on the ground are individually simulated, giving a more synchronized feel. Mirror technology reflects the world around you in puddles. Continuing on the dynamic weather system theme, increased processing power allows Ubisoft to add volumetric fog, with higher density fog at lower Y levels. Assassin's Creed 4 new lighting system allows for light rays, beautiful shadows, and amazing reflections of objects, powered by the new advanced GPUs of modern consoles. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag contains a lot of ships, being based in the Caribbean, and it would be no fun if you couldn't bounce around when you board a ship, would it? Ubisoft's nav mesh system allows players to bounce along ship masts, go down ladders, and jump around in the classic parkour Assassin's Creed style, converting the two separate ship objects into one closed 3D map. These advanced graphics processing units allow for more dynamic plants, with thousands of individual particles making up the ground, which move around you, allowing for easier stealth gameplay. All these components, to me individually, basically say that you should buy one of these new consoles. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag comes out this fall. Alright, now let's talk tech with the new iPhone 5S and low-end model 5C. Apple will launch two new iPhones on September 20, a low-cost 5C starting at $99 US and a higher-end 5S that features a Touch ID fingerprint sensor. The devices were revealed during a special event at the company's headquarters in Cupertino, California. The 5C will be available in 5 colors: white, pink, yellow, blue, and green, and boasts many of the same features as the iPhone 5. The iPhone 5S will receive upgrades to the camera, a faster A7 processor with M7 Pro processor, and the option to unlock your phone or make iTunes purchases with the Touch ID fingerprint identity sensor. The defining moment of the day, however, came for Apple when the multicolored iPhone 5C premiered. It's fitting the near future of the iconic company hinges, in part, on the colors pink, yellow, green, blue, and white, at a starting price of $99 on a contract. Going mainstream seems like the next logical step for Apple, which is under siege from rivals like Samsung that offer a kaleidoscope of smartphones with different features. Apple design guru Jony Ive in a video said that the company, which built its reputation and considerable market value on premium pricing, is unapologetic about the plastic casing of the iPhone 5C. And, to be fair, Apple showcased the new iPhone 5S in champagne gold, silver, and space grey or slate, no less, which offers fingerprint authentication, a snazzy new camera, and 64 bits of power. It starts at $199 on a contract. But the much anticipated event today underscores the brave new world Apple finds itself in. Chinese phone makers, Android devices, and the opposing giant Samsung are fiercely contesting Apple on every front, prompting Apple's move to lower-priced smartphones. But are Apple winning? Statistics show that approximately 140 million smartphone consumers in the US, some 38.3% use Apple products compared with 36.5% last year. But Android slices 45.9% last year versus 43.5% a year ago. For this company to thrive in such a massive market, it needs to go cheaper and put some colour into its smartphone lineup. Now on the glitch, let's talk about Twitter. Twitter has announced in a tweet that it has submitted papers for a stock offering, the most hotly anticipated in the tech sector since Facebook's last year. We've confidentially submitted an S1 to the SEC for a planned IPO. This tweet does not constitute an offer of any securities for sale, the company tweeted on Thursday, United States time. But the documents are sealed, as Twitter is taking advantage of US legislation passed last year that allows companies with less than US $1 billion profit in revenue in its last fiscal year to avoid submitting public IPO documents. The confidentiality will likely help Twitter avoid the public hoopla that surrounded the initial public offerings of other high-profile social networking companies, including Facebook, which went public in May 2012. Twitter, which has been valued by private investors at more than US $10 billion, is on track to post a $583 million profit in revenue in 2013, according to advertising consultancy eMarketer. It's not forecast to cross the US $1 billion threshold until 2015, when eMarketer expects Twitter to rake in US $1.3 billion in ad revenue. But more than half of Twitter's revenue already comes from mobile advertising, eliminating one of the main concerns that investors had about Facebook at the time of its IPO. The impending IPO ignited a competition amongst Wall Street's biggest names for the prestige of managing its coming out party. Goldman Sachs is an underwriter, a source familiar with the matter said. Twitter has become one of the fastest growing and most influential social media services, used widely by celebrities, journalists and others. The company said earlier this year that it had well over 200 million active users, although some analysts say the figure is much higher. Now for a shorter gaming news story. If you're a fan of the Kingdom Hearts series, and perhaps expect it to be released at next year's E3 along with Final Fantasy XV, be disappointed. As series producer and Square Enix executive Shinji Hashimoto has explained to IGN, director Tetsuya Nomura is working on both games simultaneously, making it tough to deliver them both in a timely fashion. It's a difficult job, as we want each game to be perfect in terms of quality, Hashimoto stated. A lot of people have wondered for the last couple of years if Square Enix has actually been working on Kingdom Hearts 3. That's why we announced it at D3 this year. But please, we need you all to understand that there's a lot to do. In other words, even if Final Fantasy XV makes 2014, we are not seeing Kingdom Hearts 3 till at least 2015. However, that shouldn't really bother you. A great delayed game is always better than a mediocre rushed one, but it's important everyone keeps their expectations in check.